Hey Scruffy fam, how you doing? Joe here. So, uh, when you own as many rifles and firearms as I do, and as much as you go to the range and transport things, you come to quickly realize the more you customize a firearm, the least likely it's going to fit in your traditional cloth cases. Now, for many, many years, I subscribed to buying a cloth case for every firearm that I owned because I owned just a few firearms, and I would get a scoped rifle, shotgun, and small unscoped rifle. So 22 hunting rifle, shotgun. I did get a tactical one, if you want to call it that, for my AR, but those cases are designed for your stock weapons. When you start adding aftermarket chassis and stocks to them, adding bipods, adding bigger optics, they start not to fit in those cases. And I've run into that. I've run into that quite a few times. Now, the hard cases are usually a little bit more forgiving, but even those are kind of a tight fit with higher optics. So what I'm talking about is when you mount your scope a little bit higher, usually that's for longer range shooting, so that you can get the full width of adjustment inside your scope. So what you can do is you can buy these larger cases. Pelican makes some really awesome hard cases that are great for travel. When I was in the military, we used Pelican cases. They're extremely durable. And they, like most manufacturers, have this easy to pluck foam, so you could custom build your case to your firearm. Now that's great if you have the finances and ability to buy many cases for your firearms, but if you need to use the same case over and over and over again, you can run into problems. That happened to me. So I will show you guys my Pelican case. So I have the vault here. And I've shown this on a couple other videos, so I'm going to get you guys set up here as I open it up. Alright, so I've shown this on several videos when I go to the range, and I'll show you guys what this has been reduced to since I started adding more firearms. So as I open this case, you'll see, we'll lay it all the way open here. You'll see that this foam here was plucked out and cut. So at one point I had my shotgun, my AR, and my 22 all in this case. And it worked for what I needed because I only had those 3 firearms. But when I started adding other firearms, things started not to fit too well. So what I ended up doing was cut out the middle part here, and I ended up with all these pieces and just had this center piece here. Now this worked for putting some of my larger stock weapons in, and then what I would do is I would take these little cutouts and I'd start shoving them in between, making my own kind of grid system. And that has worked for the short term, but it's starting to not work. I need something that's a lot more customizable, and wouldn't you know that at SHOT Show this year, Magpul introduced their DAKA grid organizer system. So at SHOT Show this year, Magpul introduced this DAKA grid organizer system. Now I was able to get one of these, and this is made specifically for my vault. It says down here, compatible with Pelican 800 volt double rifle case, which is what I have. So this should fit in here and allow me to have a grid system to configure this with as many different variants as I need. And that's this weekend, my wife and I are going to an event where we can bring our own firearms, and we're taking 4 firearms. We're taking both of our pistols, and we're taking the AR, we're taking the 22, and I want to make sure that I can have all the ammo, all the firearms, and everything in one case. I don't want to have to take multiple cases to the range for this. So this is going to give us that option, and we're going to see what this looks like. So give me a second to get this out of the box. I'm going to look at the directions, get this set up, and we'll see what it looks like. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got this thing set up. And so the instructions say that, well, I might as well just show you the instructions. Let's look at it real quick. So super easy. All you do is you take out all the bottom foam. You leave the top foam in. You take all the bottom foam out. There is a new bottom foam that they give you, and then you put the grids in. So there are 2 center panels and 2 edge panels. Really easy to figure out which ones are which. And then it gives you instructions on how you should build your grid around your different firearms. And so they give you lots of instructions on how to do that, what's going to be more stable and not. So they did recommend that you don't store anything in there for 24 hours after you put the blocks and the foam in, just so that you can give it a chance to settle and get where it's supposed to be. Let's look at what we got going on here. So these are my 2 rifles that I am taking this weekend when we go to the range. So these are the 2 rifles. We're going to take my AR, and we're going to take the 22. So by adding the Magpul stock on the 22, it made it bigger so it doesn't fit in its case anymore. The AR still does fit in its case, but I don't want to have to take several different cases to the range. Now, if you guys look, I've got a ton of space left over in here, like a ton of space. I can very easily fit Tasha's pistol in here. I can fit my pistol in here. I can fit all the ammo in here. So this gives me the option of only taking this case. This is the only case I'll need to take when we go to the range. I won't need a pistol. I won't need 2 pistol cases and 2 rifle cases. I can take this one case, put everything in it. And the next time I go to the range, if I'm not taking these 2 rifles, I take these rifles out, I take all the grid out, I put the new rifles in, and I put the grid system around it. I'm really excited for this, guys. This is really cool. So when I saw this at SHOT Show, I saw a lot of other YouTubers posting about this, and everybody was like, wow, this is a game changer. This really is. There's not many times the firearm industry makes a leap like this, especially when there's something that's just so tried and true. Everyone uses it, and in hard cases, it is forever has been cut your own thing, drop your rifle in, that's what you have. This is a game changer. This will make it so that you no longer need to cut into your cases. Magpul's actually introducing their own hard case, which will come already with this grid organizer system in it, and I think that is awesome. I will most likely be getting one of those cases also, so that I'll have 2 of these hard cases. And the reason I will do that is for travel. If we're going to be taking more than the capacity that these have, that'll give me the option of having another one. Or if we do another emptying the safe to go to the range, it just means less cases that I have to carry. I am a huge fan of this system. I really do think for me, in my gunsmithing career, this is going to be a game changer, because anytime I have to go test fire weapons, it doesn't matter the configuration of the weapon, I can get it to fit in here. By me getting this 2 rifle case, it gives me the capacity to do 2, 3, and sometimes 4 firearms in this case, depending on what that breakdown is. Like I said, this weekend when we go to the range, this is what I'm going to take. Also, I'm going to another range on the 25th. Not quite sure if I get to take my own firearm there or not. It's a really cool thing. I'll let you guys know when we get closer. But if I am, I'm going to take this case again with those firearms that I'm taking to that. But quick video today, guys, to show you the Magpul DAKA grid system. You will be seeing this more on our channel as I'm traveling around the ranges and going and shooting in the different configurations. So leave a like, a subscribe, hit that bell notification if you guys like what you're seeing. If you have this organization system, let me know how you're using it and how many rifles you can fit, and has it changed the way that you're able to transport your firearms. So thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you next time.